Armed men, open road, broad daylight. A former governor of Rivers State was on his way to Ubima when the shooting started. On the way there, gunfire. On the way back, more gunfire. He called the commissioner of police. He called the director of the SSS. They sent security. He got out safe. Now ask yourself one question. Who do you call? Rivers State recorded over 270 politically motivated killings between 2021 and 2023, according to the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project. That is not a statistic from a war zone abroad. That is Rumowala. That is Eleme. That is the road you take to the market. Chinyere sells building materials off the Ubima axis. She does not have a former governor's phone contacts. She does not have an escort. What she has is a decision she makes every single morning. Do I open today or do I stay home and go hungry? She is making that calculation right now. And so are tens of thousands of people in Rivers State, people whose names will never appear in a political interview because they are not useful to anyone's party registration numbers. We are not done. What we are about to show you is the part of this story no one wanted to say out loud. Stay with us. Here is what is not being said. When a former governor sits in an interview and casually mentions that people were shooting on both ends of his journey, and his next sentence is about party registration targets, that is not just a talking point. That is a confession about what power in Rivers State has normalized. Armed men were not hiding. They were not running from police. He said it himself. They were carrying guns. They were not running away. They were confronting the police. That is not a security challenge. That is a state that has already been lost in places, and the political class is scheduling rallies in it. The question that should be reverberating through every government house corridor in Abuja is not which party will win Rivers State in the next election. It is, why are the people of Rivers State conducting their daily lives inside an active conflict zone? And why is the only response we are hearing about registering for the ADC? Let us be precise about what happened on that Ubima road. A man with connections, with status, with a phone number that gets answered. He called, they came, he was protected. That is how the system works for people inside it. For everyone outside it, the government's answer has been silence dressed as stability. The federal response has been to call insecurity a northern problem, right up until a former governor of a southern state admits on camera that men with guns were firing openly as his convoy passed through. Here is the line that should outlast this news cycle. In Nigeria, your safety is a function of your contacts list. If your phone book does not contain a commissioner of police, you are on your own. That is not governance. That is a protection racket with a national anthem. The parties will keep counting their registration numbers. The press conferences will keep happening. The road projects will keep being listed. The interviews will keep being given. And on the road to Ubima, and 100 roads like it, Nigerians will keep doing the math that Chinyere does every morning. The question is not which party wins Rivers State. The question is, who is actually governing it? Because right now, on the evidence we have heard from a man who used to run that state, the answer is not any party you can register with.